Welcome to the Footwear and Leather video guide on how to study European markets with TradeMap. TradeMap is a preliminary screening tool that allows you to look at markets for your footwear and leather product by size, dynamism, and also at competition.
To enter the tool, start from www.trademap.org. Users in developing countries, including Vietnam, can get free access to this tool after registering. To register, click on the Login link, then the Register Now button under Create an Account, and follow the instructions. Once your registration is complete and you have logged in successfully, you can proceed with selecting the data that you wish to analyze on the Home and Search page. Enter the HS code for the product you would like to analyze. The HS code simplifier guide will help you identify the correct code. We can scan markets for ankle boots, for example, using code number 640391. As we don't want to look at data for a specific country, but first want to see all markets, we simply leave the country region selection field empty. Select one trade flow which you want to analyze. In this case, we are looking at potential markets, so we will select imports and click on Trade Indicator to view global imports of ankle boots. What we are looking at first is the world import demand for ankle boots. The first row shows indicators on world import demand as a whole. On the left, we have the list of countries that import ankle boots, with the largest at the top. The first 5 columns under Trade Indicators show information about the demand for a product in the last available year. The value imported is the market size in dollar terms. Note that TradeMap usually shows the value in $1,000. The next column shows the import figure in quantity, which is the physical volume imported. Unfortunately, TradeMap does not always provide quantity information in the most practical unit, in this case in tons. For other footwear products, the data is at times provided in pairs, such as for sports footwear 640319. The final indicator in this section is the unit value, which is the result of dividing the imported value by the imported quantity, which gives us an average price paid for that imported product. To zoom into the EU market, we have to select a country group, EU. Within the EU, we see that Germany, France, and the Netherlands are the main ankle boot importers, representing 21, 12, and 12% share of the EU market respectively. These shares have to be calculated by hand. All 3 of these markets show negative growth in the last 5 years. To study any of these markets in more detail, we can click on the country names on the left. By clicking on Germany, for example, we see that China has a 12% leading share of the German market, closely followed by Portugal and Vietnam. We do at the same time see quite some variation in shoe quality. Italian shoes are clearly in a higher end segment at $50 per kilo CIF unit value, as compared to the Chinese $28 per kilo. To study growth patterns in more detail, we can select the Display Yearly Times Series. We can also change the currency to euros or display volumes by selecting quantities. Note, as opposed to earlier, we can now switch the unit to pairs of shoes by selecting supplementary unit. In case we want to understand the German demand for more specific types of ankle boots, such as women's ankle boots of a specific size category, we can seek a more detailed classification by switching the display from by country to by product. We can use the product selector to change to any other footwear item, and at all times we can go back to the main home and search page to start our analysis over. In short, we can conclude TradeMap is a very useful tool to get a quick picture on the status of the different EU member markets, and helps us to relatively rapidly make a first choice of markets within the EU to initially pursue for further research. It also gives us an initial picture of competition we would face in targeted markets.